Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I'm normally smiling when that countdown's going on, but I'm extra smiling because of today. So we have two things on the agenda. One is we've never done anything like this before, so I'm hoping that the winner answers, but we're going to call the scholarship winner here in like 2 minutes and let them know they won the scholarship. So if you have no idea what I'm talking about, we offered a launch full ride scholarship. So we get to work with you in our launch coaching program, which is for people who are just starting, and 30 clients that our sales team at Rep Engine is going to call and do the work to get for this person. So it's a pretty big giveaway. And I'm excited to call them, and if they don't answer, it's going to be a great voicemail. So we'll make it work one way or another. And then after that, we're going to bring on the rest of, well, you can't see them in the waiting room. I was going to say the rest of the people you can see in the waiting room, but you absolutely cannot. So we have another surprise. Todd and others are going to join us, and I'll leave the surprise at the @others for now to talk about something I think is going to be really cool for raising average order values and getting your clients to order more stuff, which is great. So I guess should we make the call, Rod?
Dave. Yeah, this is the first time doing this. I'm nervous. Why am I nervous?
I got the fancy coffee cup to make the occasion more special. All right. I don't know if this is legal to call somebody on speaker without them knowing there's a huge audience, but we'll see.
I hope.
All right, it's going.
We'll find out. The person told me they were about to mow the grass, so we'll see.
Hello.
Hey, is this Zach?
It is.
Hey, Zach, this is Eli with the Rep team. How's it going?
Doing good.
Well, I got some good news for you. I have you on speaker actually on the live, which I think I can hear in the background, but you are the winner of the launch scholarship. So congrats.
No way.
It's all you.
Oh my gosh.
I was talking with Rod. We had our team vote, and so we put the finalists in there, and you were the winner of the team vote. And then Rod was like, I had this great conversation with Zach, and Zach was like, I don't know, there's probably a lot of people. So anyway, you're the winner. Congrats.
Dude, wow. I don't know what to say. Like, you couldn't have come at it better. It's amazing. That's awesome. It's awesome that y'all even just did that. Like, that's huge. It's huge.
Yeah. Well, the work starts now, and I'm hoping it's a thing that changes, things in a good way for you. So what I'll do, I'm going to jump off here, and I will send you a link where you're going to get onboarded with Aaron on our team. And so he's going to set you up. It'll either be Aaron or Allie. They'll set you up, get you in the program, and you'll be ready to put in the work, and look forward to seeing you inside.
Man, I can't wait. I'm so ready to start. I'm down. I'm ready.
Well, congrats, Zach. Can you hear me?
I don't know if you can hear Rod, but he's saying congrats.
Congrats, Zach.
Dude, thank you, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's awesome.
You're welcome, man.
We'll talk real soon. Thanks, Zach. We'll be in touch.
All right, have fun mowing the grass.
See you.
He told me right before, he's like, I mass text the link out like I spam you all the time with the link, right? And then he's like, I'm about to mow the grass, and I'm thinking, just hold on a second. I don't know it yet.
You can't say that, then it gives it away,
I didn't. I saved the surprise for you. So
that's good. Thank you. All right. Well, awesome. Next up, going straight into
how do we
business, but in a fun way. I'm going to bring on the rest of everybody here. So we have Todd and Shannon on the Spiro team, and then Nick, who is the co-founder and CEO of Titus, which is what we're going to be talking about today. I'll give a quick intro, and I think Todd's going to jump in with a little bit more about this and how I think it's a really good tool for us as real estate photographers. Obviously, average order value is a metric that, make or breaks a business is a strong thing to say, but I think it's really true, especially as you go to scale. The more average order value you have, the more money you make per shoot, which is what it means. So but what that means is you're not spending as much time driving, you're spending more time making money. And so I'm excited to talk about this solution and how I think it will really drive up average order value, a big thing for our industry, with those of you using Spiro. So Todd, welcome in. And
hey, it's great to be here. Yeah. How cool is that, Zach? I'm happy for you. I'm in here. I was backstage. You couldn't see me. I was fist pumping for you, Zach.
I saw it with my own eyes, so I can confirm, Zach, if you're still listening.
I thought that was great. I mean, that is so cool, the way that impact. I mean, use that thing and run with it. And what a cool thing. So, all right, let me get back on track here. We're going to bring you guys some value today. We want to talk about some things coming up. We want to help you raise your average order value. So just a quick story. Shannon, it was probably about 10 years ago. I think it was probably 8 years ago.
It was. I was thinking of the same story.
Yes, I hired Shannon on as my I hired her as a consultant because I was too cheap to actually hire an employee still at the time. And
you almost backed out of that. Hold on, you almost backed out of that.
It's a good thing you can sell good because it worked for me. So I hired Shannon as a consultant to help build a sales program because I had a lot of our photographers saying, hey, we really like this thing that you're doing. Like, can we help tell more people about Wow Video Tours? That's our real estate media company. And I had enough of the photographers show interest that I thought we just need to build something. So I hired Shannon on, and she has a ton of experience. For those of you that know her and love her, she's done so much in the real estate industry. She knows it from both sides. But she came in and she said, what's your average order value? And I think she used the acronym, and I was like, I don't know what I had no clue what it meant. And we figured out at the time, I think it was 152. And when we focused on that 152, we were able to expand on that. So in business, anything you focus on expands. So if you have something that you want to get better, if you focus time on it, it will get better. And since then, I just looked at the metrics. We're about ready to cross 3 million this year in revenue. We'll do about 14,000 jobs when it's done. Hopefully we'll almost hit 4. And I always say this with a preface that it's taking me 20 some years to get here. So if you're just starting, Zach, no pressure. You're going to get there, dude. All of you in here, you're going to get there. But the thing I want to bring today is the value of your average order value. We have some tools for you. We have an incredible new tool. It's called Titus. We're going to let you know all about it. And then we're going to let you know how you will use it, how you will bring awareness, and how when you tell your realtors about, they'll go, you really know it. You really understand what I need. So let me introduce who else we have in the room here today. We have Shannon Landers. She's now in Spiro as our CRO. So I hired her on as we were talking about and began the live, and she was my director of sales and marketing, and now she's my CRO at Spiro, and we're having a great time growing Spiro. Also, I have Nick, who is the co-founder and CEO of Titus. Welcome, Nick.
Thanks. Excited to be here.
Great. So let's put our hats on of our clients real quick. Okay. So let's put the hat on of a real estate agent. That's who we all sell to. So in order to sell to them, we need to understand what's important to them. And we have to get rid of some thought errors. I love that Eliism as a thought error in our brains, that when you get an order in your system and an agent orders photos only, what do y'all do? I do it too. You snub your nose a little bit and you go, oh, they're cheap. Right. Oh, they don't want to do the drone. Yeah, right. I mean, some of you. In fact, I used to look down on photo only orders, and I didn't really understand what the realtor was going through. So realtors, when they get a listing, they make a lot of money, right?
No.
Shannon?
No.
No, they don't. They
No.
don't. It means they pay a lot of money. And I think that's a very important thing to understand. There is this gap in the process as to where if the listing gets to closing and if it gets there, then they will make money. But they have to front all of this money for marketing, for more than just your media. There's more marketing that they have to buy their yard signs, they pay their dues. There's a ton of things that agents pay. And they're carrying all of those fees. And that can prevent them. Think about it. How many of you love to go out and charge something you don't have the money to buy? Okay, if you're saying me, let's talk off this live and we'll talk about good financials. But I know you guys are responsible. You're overachievers, or you won't be on this right now, thinking about how you can improve your business. It doesn't feel great to buy something that you can't afford. If you have 2, 3, or 4 listings, think all of those charges compound. So all of this aside, there is a solution for you all on how to do it. All right. Now, how does that affect us as real estate photographers? Shannon, what did you see? How did that affect us as real estate? How does that affect us as real estate photographers when there's this gap of needing to carry those charges until closing?
As far as, sorry, I'm like, say that a different way.
Yeah. So what is that? What happens on the order page to the real estate photographer?
Oh, yeah. They're cheap.
It feels cheap unless it's ordered.
Cheap. Yeah.
Right. And then you go out to the property, or you send your photographer out and you deliver photos only, which is a lower AOV, which means you get paid more or your photographer gets paid more. And the other thing about it is the agent gets less to market the property with. Mm-hmm. Now, Shannon also is a real estate agent. And a quick question to a real estate agent. Shannon, how do you get more listings? What is something that gets you more listings?
Listings,
right? It's like that nesting box idea. Okay, so real estate agents use listings to get more listings. And if they don't market a listing they get, which are tough to get, then they won't get more listings. Mm-hmm. Now there's one thing, and I'm going to wrap this up, and then we're going to hear from Nick, because Nick has so much valuable info to bring to us. He comes from a real estate background, real estate family, and we align really well with Nick, and we'll get into some of the background. But we found a solution at WOW to this, and a lot of you have heard me talk about this. It's what we call a broker deal. Okay, we're talking about it this November at the conference. I'm excited. Shannon and I will be on stage. We'll talk an hour to you about how to get a broker deal. And a broker deal is basically when the broker in charge of a real estate company fronts the money for your services. What does that do? That takes the obligation of paying up front for the media away from the agent. And we have seen our business explode when we get these broker deals. And it's the same premise of removing that liability of paying for the media up front. And we see more agent adoption, and we see a higher order value, average order value, when we have these broker deals. In fact, our largest broker deal, we do over 1,600 jobs a year for them. We've had the deal for 12 years now. They don't have an option to even order photos only. It's photo and video on at least on every single one of those. Mm-hmm. And they do it willingly, and they get listings from more listings. Shannon, what's the term? Listing babies, or what's the
listing babies?
Listing babies.
And to point out, they are the #1 market share company in town, and they have kept that market share from all the other competitors. And it has a lot to do with that relationship right there. Honestly, I mean, I listed a property today, guys, and I added up just for this call how much I have spent. Well, technically, I'm with WOW, so I got a little bit of leeway on paying for my media. Not that I don't pay WOW. I'm not saying that. Like, I'm in a broker deal, so I get that on my bill next month. But if you just add everything up, guys, I spent $980 today to list a home. Yeah. That's one listing. And if I'm lucky in 60 days, I will make a commission that will cover that money and will be all worth it. But that listing should get 2 to 3 listings off that. So that's why you want the listing.
Well, just to grind into the pain a little bit too. If you put yourself, everybody listening, and this is why I think the solution that Nick will talk about and the company he's built is really cool, because maybe you think $1,000 and you're like, that's a lot of money, or maybe you think that's not a lot. And it really is irrelevant. You have to put yourself into the average real estate agent's shoes, right? So they're sitting there, they've worked to get this listing for 3 months, and they haven't made a paycheck, made a single dollar in the last 3 months. So now put yourself in those shoes, right? So imagine you haven't made a single dollar in the next, in the last 3 months. And then you finally win this listing and you're super excited. And then you have to cough up another however much money it is. In a lot of places, it's probably going to be more than $1,000, right? Especially if you factor in more advanced media, or you're getting like some extra stuff in an area where average order value for photographers is higher. Like, it could be thousands of dollars.
Yep.
And so just like, you can understand why a lot of agents, they see your order form, and the first thing they do is find the cheapest thing that they can use to get that listing on the market. And probably what their plan is they're like, I'm going to get this listing sold. I think my business is moving in the right direction. Once I get this sold, I'll be able to pay off the debt from living with no income for the last couple of months. I'll have a little bit more. I'll get some more listings. And then the next listing, I'll get more media when I have the money. I don't have it now, right? But that doesn't happen. Like Todd and Shannon are saying, like, they get listings from listings, but only if they do a really good job with them. And how many listings they get from each listing, that's what determines it, right? And so I think really just thinking about the pain of like, I want to spend the money in media, but I can't. And that's what today is about helping those agents be able to spend that money in a way that you're not waiting to get paid at closing for. Like, the solution everybody has is, well, there's those media companies that they'll just charge you when you close. I don't want to wait 3 months to get paid as a media company. So that's not going to be the solution. So
or track that, Eli? Can you imagine tracking all that? I mean,
no, yeah. It's not gonna happen. Yeah.
And so there is a solution. I mean, this is an incredible thing. Mm-hmm. Nick and I began talking months ago, and Nick is Nick. I love the background he brought, because as we were talking, and we talked a long time, and I think relationships are super important. I think you guys that know me, we know that relationships are super important. In fact, when Eli flew out and we spent a lot of time together, we want to make sure that anyone we bring in are our people that understand us. He understands both sides. He's got a crazy background in technology, but also he's got his family there in real estate. So he understands these needs. So Nick, Can you give us just a little bit of background on yourself? And you have a story about, your family or an agent, how they carry this. Can you share some of that with us?
Yeah, of course. And I'll tell how Todd and I eventually ended up talking in a second, because it's actually a fun story. But like Todd said, it was great to be here. But like Todd said, I come from a family of agents. My mom's a real estate agent. She dropped out of college at 18. Dad's a real estate agent, had a failed restaurant business, became an agent. My little brother's a real estate agent. My other little brother is a real estate agent. I'm the only one in the whole family without a license. And so I just have built technology, and it's always been in real estate. So this is my third business that is focused on the real estate industry. Honestly, it's one of the most exciting. I'll never forget, we were at this house, but I only had 2 houses growing up. But I remember overhearing my parents saying they were going to have to sell. And almost declare bankruptcy, and then a listing comes in, and so they didn't have to do that. And I was in college, and I ended up being a finance major. And I went to Boston College, which we talked about this last time, but it's not a very good football school. Shannon made sure I knew that. Mm-hmm. And so my mom's like, "Your finance? Can you look at my finances?" And I'm like, "Sure." And I'm like the next day, I'm like, "Mom, you are hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt." And she's like, "Yeah, I know. I got listings coming." And I'm like, "What do you do? Why are you paying for my college?" First of all, but this was just like her life. And she's now gotten out of debt and all of these things, but this was her life. The ebbs and flows of the market would impact her tremendously. And that's not just major market trends. That's month to month, as Todd said. And so you guys have already solved the problem. I don't need to sell it anymore, but that's why we built Titus. We built Titus to align the moment the agent gets paid with their expenses so that they can invest what they should in each and every single listing. The average agent carries 5 times the credit card balance of everybody else in America. And that's because of exactly what we just said. Okay. And so imagine if you had 5 times the balance on your credit card right now. Would you buy the drone? And that's the question. And so we can get into the specifics of how it works. We've tried to keep it really simple. But you should know the reason. So Todd and I started talking, and it was like, yeah, we'll do this. We should do this. And then all of a sudden, it was like 2 days, 10 Spiro customers signed up in a row. I forget why. And I just emailed Todd every single one. And he's like, okay, let's do this. Let's actually do this. And so that's why we are here today on the eve of launching it officially, fully integrated into Spiro.
Yeah.
Todd, it's probably on the plan, but can you talk a little bit about what that means and what it will allow people to do? I think some comments along those lines, and that's the real power.
Yeah, I'd love to. So I'm excited that this will launch to 20 beta testers in Spiro September 23rd. That's this coming Tuesday. The 20 of you out there, we're going to call all 20 of you right now. So let's just
hopefully you're not mowing the lawn.
the 20 of you know who you are. Okay. So it's out there. You know who you are. And then in about 2 to 3 weeks after that, we will open it up to everyone. So that doesn't mean that there's nothing for you to do right now. Currently, we think now is a great time to begin telling your agents about Titus. All right. So it's going to be fully integrated into Spiro. Spiro will be the first platform and the only platform currently that has Titus integrated. And it will be pay at close and also credit card processing. We can talk about that in a minute as well. So it's one solution for both things.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So I think kind of to your point, Eli, and I'll jump in, like what that means is when someone goes to pay for media, they're going to see, similar if you've ever checked out and seen like Affirm, Pay in 4, they're going to see a fully integrated. Todd and his team have done a great job. It's fully integrated option to pay, $300 now or pay $0 now. And you have that second option, and that $0 now is pay at close Titus.
Yeah, so it's going to be that simple. It's going to be built in. That option will be there. And if you want to begin marketing this right now, we have marketing tools for you. So Shannon and Nick and the team, they've all put together this stuff for you. If you go to spiro.media, click on the knowledge base, just search Titus, you will find the marketing items. They've got social media posts. They've got text that you can send out in flyers. So that's all for you so that you can begin educating your clients on it. let me back up real quick because I assume everybody knows about it, and I don't want to assume there's some commonly asked questions we get, Nick, that I'm just let's fire them away real quick, because these are the things that I asked you many months ago because they were top of mind for me, and I think it's great to share them here. So if an agent chooses to use pay at close, when does the real estate photographer get paid?
The money is sent from us to the photographer instantly. It's like 11 seconds. And so not instant, I don't want to lie, it's 11 seconds. Typically,
11 seconds.
Typically the bank will process it the next morning. So you'll have the cash, like you can withdraw it the next morning. But we know you need to, either pay yourself or pay your people. So we send you the money right away. And then the technology we've built coordinates the repayment by the agent at close, and you don't have to worry about it, right? Like you're done. Like you have no concerns once that payment is made.
Awesome. And Nick, if there is, so say that order is for $200, how much? Now you have to make money somehow as Titus.
Yeah.
What are on that $200 order? Sorry, I'll get it out, y'all. On that $200 order, what are you sending to the agent? What's the fee?
Yeah, so we are a payment processor. Okay, so similar to the way a payment processor would get paid like $6, like if you're paying a credit card processor, Stripe or Square, you pay $6 on that order. Our fee is $8, so just $2 more, just slightly more because of all of the extra coordination that we do to get repaid.
Awesome. $2 more. I mean, it's really kind of it's a moot point at this, for this. What have you seen with average order value? Do you have some data on that with how agents are spending more?
Yeah. So one thing that wasn't brought up in the beginning is like average order value has additional pressure because of the market. So when days on market continue to increase, which across the country, I think the average I just looked is 18-day increase, which is a lot, right? You are just getting downward pressure on their ability to spend because now, again, they have more money outstanding, less money coming in. And so that is one of the reasons we're seeing a lot of growth, especially in markets that used to be like crazy hot. But getting back to your answer, when Titus is fully integrated, which is the way it will be out of the box with Spiro, we see average order value increases up to, we've seen one person that 100%, but I think if what we're trying to do is 20% to 30% within a year of implementing. Yeah. And the goal is that you can both increase your prices and then increase add-ons, because what happens is like, it's coming out at close.
It's like free money.
Free money.
And so people just add.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Love that. Okay. It's the number one question as I look over in the chat here. Let's go over what does the agent pay for this? Was there a charge to the agent? What do they pay? And then what happens if the listing does not sell?
Yeah. So first question, the fee to the agent is between 0 and 8% fixed. Okay.
So what was that first number, Nick?
0. So for well-qualified agents and or homes that we think are going to sell fast, there's no fee to them. It is, if they bought your media for $300, they pay $300 at close. It comes out of their closing statement, or it gets auto deducted from a debit card, whatever they choose. Okay. And then it scales from there. Depending on, we do a soft credit pull and we're looking at the potential days on market of the home, but all of that's automated and they're shown that you don't have to get involved in that at all, but yeah, between 0 and 8%. Second question. And then also to address Jacob's question, there's really 3 things that could happen. Home sells. That's when we get paid back automatically. They lose the listing or the home doesn't sell within 6 months. Okay. If any of those 3 things, if any of the kind of the negative pieces of that, the agent can either pay us back on a debit card or they can roll it to another listing for some additional fees, right? So essentially for another $8 or to $10 with the example we gave. Okay. So it's great. So if we've already seen agents using it, hey, I've got 2 other listings. This one just didn't work out. I'm just going to roll it to the next one. And it'll actually now come out of close of that next listing.
Yeah, that's an incredible feature. I love that. That's such a great value add. And I love what Victor said. He said, remember, y'all, if the listing doesn't close and they've already paid you, they lose that money. That money is already down the drain. So it's not like this is anything new. Like if with or without pay at close, if the house doesn't close, that agent's not getting paid, and they're paying them for your media. So, okay, awesome. So basically, it's going to cost you $2 more on a $200 order. Then Stripe, you're going to get paid 11 seconds later, instantly, which is great. And we understand that's a problem with some of you. I know with some of you, you're getting payouts today plus 3 or 4. Yeah. And again, you're managing that cash flow as well. So, and then when the agent pays, it's simple math, guys. When you do it, like if there's a $200 order and the agent gets a 4% interest rate, just 4 times 2 is 8. They're paying $8 for that loan to pay when it closes. So it's not like it compounds it's just 4 times 2 is 8, and that's what it is.
Yeah, well, there's one question you didn't ask, Todd, which is like, why don't agents use it? Mm-hmm. Okay, so there's really only 2 reasons that we've seen. So the number one reason agents don't use it is because they want credit card points. Okay, mm-hmm. So but if they don't have the credit card wherewithal, or if they're a top agent and they've got a lot of listings, those are the top people that use it. We've seen that agents with 3 or more outstanding listings are the number one users of it. And then the other is that some agents don't qualify. It's actually a pretty small percentage. It's like, I think 17%. And we're working on in making that even lower. And so that's if like the home's been on the market for a long time, or the agent doesn't have proper credit.
And I'm guessing it's not a hard credit check for
Not at all. Yeah. Not at all. No, I've actually run my own personal credit through it. Like I think I checked it like 73 times. Yeah, okay. So I can personally attest that my number hasn't changed.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, first of all, just from my perspective, because I like going into these not knowing a whole lot, because I'm going to ask the same questions the audience has. So we pay, as the photographer, as the media company, we pay a slightly higher processing fee than Stripe. And is it easy to quantify that fee in a percentage, or it's tiered and not as simple to say?
4%.
4%. Okay. So we pay like 1% higher over Stripe, roughly. Mm-hmm. And that's the extent of the fees to us as the media company, period, or is there more? That's it. Okay. And then on the agent side, if they paid at closing, they don't pay anything extra?
The agent at the very beginning, once they apply, they're going to be presented with a fee between 0 and 8%.
That's what you said. Okay.
Depending on their qualification. Yeah.
Okay. And then that's where they decide if it's right for them. They could go, oh, I got declined. Well, it's not right for them in that case. Or if they get approved, it presents them with an option. It's just like an Affirm checkout, I would imagine.
Identical. Our biggest investor is the founders of Affirm. So it's a very similar.
Gotcha. Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to address a question that's in here. It says, can we opt out of Titus being pushed to our clients? For one, you have to opt in. This is not you have to sign up with Titus to be a customer with them. And you can do, we're going to get into some other stuff, but there's like 2 products here that we're actually kind of talking about. So one is pay at close. That is what we're talking about right now. So you would have to opt in. So we're never going to send you trying to send something to your clients that you guys don't know about. So this is something you have to do. My question back to be like, why would you opt out? I'm an agent and I would love to have the ability. Again, my brokerage is great because I get to push my bill to the next month and hopefully sell it by then. But if I don't, then I'm still paying it. So I would like the option for like a 6 month. So I just think it's a great option. And me as an agent, I might have a 0%. So it might cost me nothing to push my money 6 months out and not have to stress over it. So that's kind of my questions back. But please know, guys, you have to opt into this. It's not an opt-out situation.
What if, this is a question in there, what if the photographer wants to offer a refund for whatever reason on the services? What does that process look like?
It's very similar to if you're offering a refund on Stripe.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like there's no fee. It's similar to credit card fees. There's no fees within the first 7 days.
Yeah.
And you can do partial, full, and then after that, the 4% fee is
intact, just like Stripe is. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. There
was one more question about when can an agent understand what they qualify for. We do have the ability. We openly share kind of the credit tiers, so they're able to check before they get in before they get into checkout to see what they would potentially qualify for.
Cool.
Yeah, I think this is, at the end of the day, this is a great reason to reach out to your agents. Remember, top of mind with them is important. And I think you'll find that if you send this out, that you will get agents saying like, wow, what an incredible offering you have. And I've seen many of you, because we've teased this for a very long time and we've talked about it. And I love what many of you did is you went to social media and you said, realtors, would you use pay at close? And as I was reading through those, it was just, so you have the realtors like, oh, don't loan realtors money, number one. And then you have the realtors that say, this is actually really cool. I want to find out more information. So it's just, again, if you can put the cap on of your agent and show them that you understand them. I've got a quick story for you of how this was used. So in Orbit, so I and Shannon and Steve and my team at WOW, we're getting the pleasure to coach inside Orbit. And these are students doing $50K a month and up. One of them, I talked to him last Friday and he got on it and he was pumped up, like more pumped up than me. And I was like, oh, you know, what happened? He's like, oh, I had a broker open house. It was a vendor open house, which means that he was in the room pitching his services, and so were his 4 top competitors in the same room. Okay. And he said that he was as nervous as could be, you know, sitting outside in the car. And we've all done this, right? You pull up to the plate, you pull up to the office, and you're like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? And you're like, maybe I can think of a reason not to go in. He went in. He said his competitors went before him and they all said, hey, we've got these services. We want to partner with you and we hope to earn your business. All in that same idea. These are the services we have. And he said he went up there on a whim and he did something different. And he pitched Titus. He pitched a solution. He pitched the idea that we understand what you go through when you get a listing, and we have a solution for you. He said the agents went crazy. He said he had a crowd around him that came up and talked to him after it. And one person in the crowd happened to be the broker in charge, and they wanted more information and wanted him to come back in and explain and do a presentation on this. He was over the moon with it. That's our goal with this, y'all. This is a tool for you to use to grow your business. That's why this whole thing exists. This is why Eli started all this, is to help you guys grow your business to meet your goals so that you and your family can do what you want to do. This is one little thing that hopefully now heading in to slow season for most of us in a market where days on market is increasing. Like this is the perfect combination of just going on social media. If you're like, nah, it's not really for me, all I would say is just ask your agents and just see. And if they say, hey, no, you know, if 10 of them say no, thanks, or this kind of turns me off, I'm completely open to being wrong. But I think what you'll find is they go, how did you know I needed that? You're like, no, I know I understand you. I know what you go through. So we're excited about the launch. We think that it will bring a tool for you guys, not only to increase your average order value, but we hope it's a reason why agents say, hey, I'm switching to your company because I have this feature. I'm
smiling because I found the other day that you can finance a DoorDash order. Which you probably shouldn't be financing a DoorDash order. Separate conversation. But, the reason I'm so excited about this as a media company owner is because I just know that it's going to boost our AOV at Norman & Young, right? It is going to drive that metric up. And it's like, well, how do you know that if you haven't tested it? Well, they have tested it, but we finance everything as a group of people, right? Like that's so common. It's hard to find any kind of online checkout that doesn't offer financing options. Like it's few and far between, even at price points that are low. I mean, Amazon gives you options to cut it up into different ones, and so for a $10 product in a lot of cases. And so I'm excited for that reason. And like Todd said, this is Todd wanted to come on here and share this, and I'm all for it because I think it's a huge thing. We will get to talk about this more over time and see how it impacts all of our businesses. But I do think it is going to be a really big thing for those of you that currently use Spiro, because that's what it'll be, natively plugged into. And so I'm just excited about it. And when you first mentioned it, Todd, I probably had the same reaction a lot of people did. I think I actually heard about it from somebody else, and then I messaged you. I don't know how it happened. Either way, I remember thinking, that's cool. Like, probably help a time or two. And the more I've thought about it, it's like, I wouldn't be surprised if not, I mean, maybe not a majority of orders use it, but I think a big percentage of orders are going to use it. And, going back to, without going fully in circles, AOV is the metric that really matters once you're an established real estate photographer. And even when you're starting, but especially when you start to grow your business, like that's the metric that determines how much money you take home from the business, more than a lot of other things. And so if you're new and you're like, what the heck is all of this? Most of the Q&As are more oriented towards people that are newer, but this is one that applies to, businesses of all sizes. So if you're not signed up and testing Spiro yet, if you're brand new, I encourage you to go to spiro.media, get an account. The cool thing with Spiro is it's free when you sign up, right? You only pay per listing. So you only pay when you get a job. And that's, a big thing that I love that Todd's done. So when you're first starting, you can start cheap, and this will roll out and be an option for you. And then if you're already using Spiro, get ready, because I'm excited about it, and we're going to be instantly launching it as soon as we can at Norman & Young, and I think it's going to be really good. So Todd, thank you for making this happen.
Hey, our pleasure. It's been fun. Thanks for everybody's support. And we will, if you want to find out more, if you go to spiro.media and click the knowledge base, like I said, search Titus. We have a ton of information. We have the FAQ in there. I've linked another webinar that we did that Nick and I have gone through some of the nuts and bolts of it. So if you have questions, let us know. We always have that pink chat bubble where you can get a hold of us. And then also Nick has a fabulous support team. He's just got a great team all around, but a fabulous support team. They've brought on more support team for this launch. So you can reach out to either of our companies. We're here to support you. We want to help educate you on what it is so that then you can go out. Imagine imagine Zach, he just won that scholarship. Like, he could call on day one a realtor and say, hey, I've got a pay it close solution for you. And like, what a tool. I just think of like what a tool that is, the call. Like, I've been doing this for 22 or 23 years now. Like, I'm like, the whole team's already talking to all of our realtors about this. Like, from day one, you have a tool that took us 20 some years to get.
Crazy. So. Yeah.
And can I highlight just a couple things, because like, it's not only just it for the agent. Like, I think of new agents, guys, and how great is it to build a relationship with a new agent and create that loyalty from the start, right, Eli? And so now this relationship can start, because the new agent, I promise you, they're broke. Okay. They are broke as a joke. They just spent $2,000 getting licensed, or $1,000 on fees, and they're got to buy signed, and they have all these things to purchase. And you have an opportunity to help lift that agent into their business. Like, that's the cool stuff. You guys, there's a lot of Q&A in here. That see the FAQs. I think comments, you'll find a lot of that is answered. Canada, we do love you. Nick hopefully can get maybe there eventually, so hang tight. There are a few states that it won't be available in, but we checked our map. We have no clients in there, so none of you should be in here. But this is going to be powerful to offer. And again, your clients can choose it or not. This isn't anything you have to really push, just tell. And the 4% you're going to pay is going to go away quickly, because that agent's going to order more. So it's not going to cost you anything at the end of the day. So I don't know. I am so excited. I love it. I think it's amazing. So I'll pipe up.
Well, Nick, good to meet you. I know we haven't officially met, and I'm excited for what this is going to bring to our industry. So I appreciate you. And
first of many meetings.
Definitely. Todd and Shannon, thank you. We're going to jump over and do some regular old Q&A. So have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Awesome. Good to see everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, y'all.
That was
It's gonna
fun.
be cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I didn't transparently, I knew very little details going into this, which I kind of like to do on purpose.
It's like a nice info for you too as well. Look, there we go.
Well, and I like to be able to ask the questions that I think everybody has. Everybody in the chat did a great job of helping with that. So
Well, it's
with
just
that
like
being
here,
said,
like in our coaching program, why we offer financing with our coaching program, it helps
Yeah.
people be able to get more coaching. So I in sales, I could not imagine not having financial options for people to be able to pay, especially if it's a big job. So like,
Yeah.
it just hit me like that. That's not a thing with this. So like, just with Titus being able to do this, it's just like from a conversion standpoint and getting even just more yeses, not even just upsells, but original yeses, more upsells. 30% increase in AOV, just looking at the math, is ginormous, and I think it can be pushed beyond that if it's sold and marketed well enough too. So this is
one
cool.
of the things too that like it's an important lesson that, and we'll get on to some normal Q&A in a second. So please, if you have any questions, it doesn't have to be related to what we're talking about, ask them. But Shannon briefly mentioned it. She said, so put yourself in a new agent's shoes, right? They've spent all that stuff and they want to order more from you. So, I can think of one of our great clients named Jeremy. Amazing guy. I've talked about him here on the live. He sent a ton of clients our way via referrals. And, the first listing we did with him, he just won the listing from a really established agent in our area. And he was not in the best financial spot. He needed to sell this listing, right? And, for him, I think about him being able to, and any new agent, they want to come onto the market and step in with and make a point to be like, hey, I'm here and I'm doing this right. That's how they're going to win business. Because how does somebody new compete with somebody established? They say, hey, I may be new to this, but this is very important to me. I have a name to make. I have to do this right. And they want to order more media. They just straight don't have the money a lot of times. So it's cool that it boosts AOV with those new agents. Those are the ones that a lot of times will take advantage of the free shoot offer that we teach here at REPP, that lead magnet that crushes, that so many people have built their business with. Who's that taken up by most of the time? And this is the objection people say, oh, I don't want to do that. It's only going to be new agents. Well, new agents become established agents and new agents refer you to established agents. But now new agents can also still be great buyers of media, which is super cool. Oftentimes, what we find actually is that newer agents, they spend more. They have higher AOVs. And a lot of times they would be even higher, but they're just limited by the actual money they have, unlike an established agent who goes, I don't need that media stuff, right? I have my list in my book of business. So I'm really excited about that. All right, let's jump into some questions here. Let's see. Ron, that's what we got on the plan for now is the two that we just did, one for our forward coaching program and one for launch. So I appreciate the question, but nothing on the horizon right now. Let's see. When starting, do most jobs come straight from Instagram? When will they mainly start using my Spiro portal to book shoots? Yeah, Hunter. So it depends on how you do your onboarding and what your workflow looks like. I mean, I would recommend having your order form in your Instagram bio, but one thing that's important to make sure and consider is when someone says yes to one of your offers and they're ready to take you up on a shoot, don't make it harder for them at all to do that. Do it for them, white glove service. Take their information down, build them their profile in Spiro, put the shoot in, and do it for them the first time. And the thing that we recommend doing is the next step is going to be once you do the shoot, you get on a call with them the next day and you basically show them what Spiro is. You don't have to use the word Spiro. You can say our system, right? You get all this cool stuff working with us. You get property websites. Here's how you can download your photos. Here's how you can order. So you kind of teach them how to use it, if that makes sense. But that's when a lot of them will book in the future. Oh yeah. How could we? Who has, oh, you're muted, Mr. Rod, I think.
I did it on purpose, but whatever. Just kidding. Victor, good call, Victor. Thank you.
All right, everybody share if you had a win from this week. If you had something good happen in your real estate media business, new big client, top week in revenue, top month, top whatever, share it. We forgot to do that at the start. We went right to the scholarship giveaway win. Hey, there's one. Hunter said I had my first 2 shoots last week, both paid.
Wait, there was another Hunter said something too. I thought it was the same Hunter, but it seems like there's a second Hunter who also or got their first shoot booked. So
nice.
Look at 2 Hunters in here just crushing it. What the hell?
That's the most exciting shoot you'll have. Well, the $800.
Well, I mean,
pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's probably better than the 7th shoot or something. Got to feel
It's
different.
the
It's
still
gotta
it
be better.
begins shoot, you know, everything
Maybe the
after that.
second is better because you kind of got out the first out of the way, and the second's the best.
I mean, the first is horrifying. I will just to not sugarcoat it. The first shoot, if you're not scared going to that, something's up. You know, most of us are shaken and nervous about it. You won't ever forget your first shoot. I mean, I vividly remember my first shoot, and that was 10. No, it was like 12 years ago, something like that. Victor,
Memory.
oh shoot, I jumped off your win. You just
We
clicked.
got shout out Miranda. She joined forward yesterday.
Miranda, I was excited to see you jump in. Excited to have you in there. Let's see.
Yeah, the wins are coming through now. Oh, Adam's up in here.
The most exciting shoot is the one you don't do. For everybody
that's
like, what does it mean?
That's a good point, Jacob. Good call.
The first shoot that your photographer you hired does for you, and you made money without doing the work, is pretty cool. Victor said, last month I made 10K and I've already met that same revenue and there's still half in the month. Victor, congrats.
Oh, man.
That's huge. Yeah, we're only 18 days in. You got time for another 10.
Hey, look, it's Adam. Eli, from the inviting to speak on stage, Adam.
Yes, but also look at this. Adam shared something else.
Oh, there you go. Very nice.
So I feel like I shouldn't ask this in front of Adam, but Adam has already said yes, so I can congratulate him. Is that where we're at?
It's been confirmed
nice.
For sure. Bailey, yeah, he's Bailey's gonna be on him now, so you got to do it 100%. Yep.
For everybody, it's like, what the heck are they talking about? Adam is going to be on a panel at our conference this year in November, REPP 2025. And speaking of that, let me put that in.
Real quick though. The cool thing though is Adam and I spoke maybe 9 months ago, maybe it was 8 months ago, something. Then I have the call. I have the call saved, the recording of the call saved. And he said in the thing, like, he said, my big goal is to speak on stage at the conference, because he was just starting the business when we first spoke. So he's like, my big goal is to crush it and then speak on stage. And we were like, I mean, that's not a crazy idea, actually. So, you came in, Adam, and you busted your ass and you worked hard and you earned the results. And now that manifestation that you put there is happening. So I'm excited to see that. So, yeah, confirmed. That's right. So you got to bring the pink glasses though. If those aren't on, then you can't come if you don't have them. So there you go.
Yeah, and for everybody else, because we know Adam will be there. He has no choice at this point. Yeah, go to replaunch.com/rep2025. If if you're still trying to figure out if real estate media is right for you, it costs money to fly out to Vegas and go to an event. And so, watch my videos here on YouTube, try to figure it out. But if you're like, hey, I'm going to build a real estate media business, or I already have one, I'm doing 20 grand a month or 10 grand a month or 50 or 100, like I hate to say this because it seems biased because it's our event that we're putting on, but I don't think there's a better use of your money than going to REPP 2025. You'll be in the room with 400 other people who know exactly what you do for a living and are on different stages of the journey. I mean, this is going to be it's the biggest gathering of real estate photographers in the world is what it will be this year. And I think that's cool. And it's a small industry, so 400 people will, get us there. But it's a really interesting environment to be in, because sure, you're going to learn a lot from the people on stage. There's a lot of people that have built amazing businesses, 100 grand a month, 150, 300 plus in the case of Todd that will be speaking. But a lot of the value is just from the connections you make, from the people you meet. And if you're shy and you're reserved, don't worry. Like, it is the most friendly environment, and it's set up to make connections happen, because I think that's really important. As a real estate photographer, you may know people that are also real estate photographers. I know people in Fort Worth that are real estate photographers where I live right now. And it's just different because they're competitors. So it's like, you don't have that same relationship that you can have with somebody you randomly met that lives in Nebraska and you live in South Dakota or whatever. And so I really would encourage you, if you can make it happen, come to the event. Get the cheapest ticket we have, get the general admission, make it happen. There's not, like, that will change your business. And if you're just starting, it's going to light a fire under you like nothing else. It's a couple of days, 2 days. And it's just it's an incredible event. And just to add a little scarcity in there, so you go make it happen.
It's going to get more expensive here soon, because we're getting close to full.
Yeah, so I think the deadline is, it's the 30th, I think, or no, 27th. The 27th at midnight is when ticket prices go up. And then shortly after that, ticket sales will close because we have to finalize.
They're going to go up to $15,000 each, by the way, y'all. So just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. They're not going to do that.
He's directly lying to you right now. That's his.
We're trying to have fun in Vegas, y'all. So ticket prices go to $15K minimum. On the 27th. That is a joke. I am just kidding. Someone's going to think I'm serious.
It's okay if they do. It's okay. Right. You got to every now and then. Tucker said, working on a custom CRM powered by Spiro webhooks. Pretty excited. Something I've been using every day. I think it's going to help everyone. That's cool, Tucker.
Very nice.
Top month in working with Rep Talent on my first photographer hire. Devin, congrats. Where are you in the process with Rep Talent? Wait, I think I saw your request come through. Hold on, I got to see. Where's my Rep Talent thread? It was like, maybe I didn't see it. No, it must have been a little bit ago. It wasn't one of the super recent ones. You got to be close in the process, or you're about to start. One of the two.
He's like clicking the button now. Let's go. Oh no, I saw it. Yeah,
did you?
It's back on August 25th.
Very
maybe
nice.
Curious now.
Let's see.
Victor's got a question about the conference.
Where is it? I'm trying to find it.
I got you right here.
Oh, thank you. I still don't even see where that is. I sent in my booking and plane ticket. When do we get them for the?
Whoa.
Oh, are you talking about because you're in coaching that your free ticket, Victor, or your free general admission ticket?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you should have got confirmation immediately. Can you do me a favor, Victor, and in circle, just message Bailey on our team?
Bailey White,
yeah, and she'll be able to make sure that you get your ticket and you're confirmed. You don't get a physical ticket in the mail. You'll pick that up when you get to the event, but I want to make sure you're in there.
Or hit up events@replaunch.com.
Yeah.
Do both. I would do a double whammy. You ever seen the show The Office, Victor? Send a wolf, call, text, send everything. Scream it out. And if anyone does have a question too, hit up events@replaunch.com too as well. Bailey's going to hate me for saying that, I think, but I'm going to say it anyway. Right. If y'all have questions about the event before you buy the ticket, not sure, want to make sure of something before you click the buy button on it, before price goes up at the end of the month, hit up events@replaunch.com. Ask those questions. Bailey's incredible. She really is. We've worked with her a while.
And I swear we're not
a really good event too as well. So y'all get ready.
I swear we're not price goes up. You got to get in now people normally. But when you're planning a physical event, you just have to get people in ahead of time because we have to be able to plan how much staff we need.
We're getting close. It's like what? How many days?
49 days.
That's crazy.
49 days, yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, that deep pocket wolf from The Office reference, Adam. I'm glad you caught it. Thank you.
Ethan, that is a great question. If you're able to tell us what sold you on Zach for the scholarship. So to keep things fair, it was not my decision alone. I think that wouldn't be the way to do it. So what we do is we get all of the applications. We have a way we grade them, and then we take the top applications, post them in our Rep All Hands chat. So all of our team gets one vote. And they had 3 hours this morning to vote. So we got the votes in, and Zach had the most amount of votes. And it was, I'm not going to lie, it was actually a struggle to even pick the finalists today. I got on a meeting with Rod. I was frustrated by the process already. It took me like 3 hours this morning.
I had his hat off, y'all. So it was getting real.
Yeah. You know, when I start going like this.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's it.
We're getting serious. Let's see.
We got time for one or two more questions or what?
Yeah, let's do it. Lauren said, remind me, what is my initial startup cost as a real estate photographer? Good question, Lauren. So I'm just going to say that everything I'm going to answer comes from the perspective of, I think you should spend as little money as possible on stuff that really doesn't matter. So what a lot of photographers will do is they'll go spend a ton of money on camera gear, or they'll say, hey, I can't get started because I don't have this gear. You can get a setup for under $1,000, especially if you're willing to go used. You get a cheap camera. You can find a Canon M50 or R50 or something like that. I'll put my gear kit linked in the chat here, and you can get the links to buy it new on that gear kit, but I would try to find it used if you can. I mean, we buy used equipment at Norman & Young still because it's just a better deal, and you're going to beat it up anyway using it. And then you're going to have maybe $100 a month of other costs for, you got to get an email address for your business and, little things like that, maybe insurance for $35 a month, stuff, depending on how much you get, stuff like that. And then the rest of the costs are going to be variable costs. So what we talked about is kind of like a fixed cost. There's stuff you have to buy once, or you have to pay on an ongoing basis. It's set, how much it's going to be. Variable costs would be like your photo editing and your Spiro, $5 a project, photo editing, $20, a project, something like that. The nice part about that is you only pay that when you do a shoot. So it's, one of the million things that I like about real estate media is you don't have to like go finance an office space and buy a bunch of furniture and like spend $100,000 to get started. And so, yeah, it was about 380 people, Ethan, that applied.
That's what it's at right now.
Yeah, 380 exactly. Yeah, I think at the time the deadline was 10 a.m. We
had to give time to vote.
There was like 370 something. So that was cool.
I'm seeing some people ask some financing questions about our coaching program too. And I don't want to start plugging coaching in here because y'all know I could do that for 5 to 10 minutes. But if you have spoken to our team here, which we'll call and text y'all and then, all that stuff. If you've spoken to our team already, reach back out to our team and be like, hey, Rod sent me, what are the different financing routes? And they either can send an email or hop back on a call with you, whichever you prefer. If you haven't spoken to our team yet, let me grab the apply link. If you haven't spoken to our team yet about coaching and how it works, how it work for you, coaching is tailored to y'all. So we like to talk to y'all about it. We're not going to hard sell it or anything. We're just going to show you how it works, show what it costs. And then that way you'll be able to comfortably decide what you want. But we got to show you how it would actually fit in to your situation, your location, your goals, just so you can see how it actually could be mapped out. So if you haven't spoken to us yet, I'll pop it in the chat. It's a link at a page you can go to. It's like an 8-minute video of Eli with a fancy whiteboard. He looks all cool on it. But if you scroll down, you'll see where you can fill out some questions first so we can get to know you first, and then you can book in with the team. It'll either take you to the team's calendar. If they're booked up, it'll take you to a page that'll say we'll be in touch. And then we have an incredible team on the front lines, whether it's Isaac, Nico, Huda, or Derek, or on our support team on the front lines, and we'll give you all a call. But if you haven't spoken to our team, use that link here I just put in the chat. If you have spoken to our team, bug them again. Be like, hey, Rod told me to bug you. Let's hop on a call. Let's chat. Let's get creative. There's a lot of options we have here for y'all to get creative on making coaching work. So y'all just book in with us.
And Chris, welcome in. This was an unusual type of live because Todd asked if they could talk about Titus and the launch on here. And of course, since it's an asset, we of course agreed. But normally these are more Q&A focused. We'll have a student on. So come hang out and join us next week as well, Chris. It'll be next week at 4 p.m., same time as this one, 4 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Eastern. So who'd you talk to on the team last week? Let's see.
He talked to Ty, actually. And just texting Chris earlier, actually. Chris was, I have some unreads from you, Chris. I will get to those ASAP, I promise. Usually right around this time, though, my toddler's out there. She's screaming, Dad, Dad. So if I don't go out, I'm going to get in trouble. So,
well, on that note, thanks everybody for being here. Like Rod said, if you haven't chatted with us about coaching and you want to make this business happen, we'd love the opportunity and honestly, the responsibility to help you get this launched. So jump on, chat with us. replaunch.com/apply. And until next time, have a good one. We'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
See ya. Where's the end screen? It's disappeared. Its location.
We said we were going to like update the songs and like
hype
it up. And you were going to put pyrotechnics in my office. You were wanting to do. You were going to make me do that, right? But
there's always next time.
Next time. Okay.
See you, everybody. Have a good one.